Do we?
Yep.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to our mostly paleo kitchen.
Yes.
It's Saturday, which means we get to have some treats around here. So today I'm going to be making cashew butter cookies. The recipe is from organicallyaddison.com. She has awesome stuff. We try to limit our desserts or our treats, even though they're healthier, to on the weekends, so that we're just still limiting the amount of sugar that we consume.
Right. And as usual, I am in charge of the protein. What Kim didn't tell you is that we actually have family that's going to be here in about 45 minutes. So we're actually going to throw on just a barbecue like you would any other summer month. But we're just going to show you a few things that you can tweak to make this better for you. So I'm going to talk about burgers for a little bit.
Okay, the best part about the cashew butter cookies is the simplicity. There's literally like 5 ingredients or something that's needed. So you'll need cashew butter, which this is just the brand that is sold at our local grocery store. Beware, it is a little spendy. It's not the price of peanut butter. You'll need some coconut sugar, so coconut sugar makes you feel like you're eating a lot healthier, and it is better for you than table sugar. It doesn't have like fructose in it, things like that, and there's like trace minerals from the coconut. It is still sugar, so still need to eat it in moderation. You'll need an egg, and so that's all that's in the cookie part. You're literally going to blend a cup of cashew butter, 3/4 cup coconut sugar, and 1 egg, and you're going to mix it. Then you're going to take some dark chocolate. We have milk allergies in this house, so we love this brand that has dairy-free chips with a little tiny bit of coconut oil at the end where you're going to dip the cookie a little bit. So you're going to crack 1 egg. I kind of whisk mine up just a little bit before I add the other stuff. And you're going to add your cashew butter, which is a little sticky. Struggle is real. Okay. And then you're going to add your coconut sugar. And you just stir it until it's all combined. Mix this together pretty easily. After your batter is all mixed together, I like to use my little Pampered Chef scoopy guy. That's what they're called. And just put them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. So I've got my cookie sheet filled with my cookies, and take a fork and just do the little crisscross on the top of each cookie before you bake them. I've smushed down the tops of all the cookies with the fork, and then they cook at 350 degrees for 10 minutes.
All right, we need to take a moment and say thank you to our sponsors, US Enzymes and Master Supplements, and highlight the product of the week, which is Seaxyme. Seaxyme contains the enzyme Cypros-S, which naturally breaks down mucus and congestion. So when allergy season rolls around, we go to Seaxyme to help with runny nose, with the congestion, with postnasal drip, etc. Seaxyme is a regular in our house.
Voila! Seriously, they cook perfect every time. Delicious. So then after your cookies come out of the oven, I let them sit on the pan for like a minute or two, and then I transfer them to a cooling rack. And what I love about parchment paper is you can move them to the cooling rack with like one little swoop. Voila. Okay. Okay, so while they're cooling and smelling delicious, I have a half a cup of dark chocolate chips. And I'm just gonna add like a teaspoon of coconut oil. This helps make it be a little more creamy. And then I just put mine in the microwave to melt it. Just a minute, stir it up, minute, stir it up. Okay, so this is, I did it for a minute, stirred it up and did it an additional 30 seconds. And as you can see, it's just melted. Perfect. Then after the cookies have completely cooled, I just take the cookie and I will dip it in the chocolate. So once your cookies have cooled, and by that, you want to be able to pick it up. Then you're going to take it, just hold it on the end, and you're going to dip it into the chocolate, just so like a quarter of the cookie has chocolate on both sides. And then I just lay it back down on the parchment paper. And I'll do that for all the cookies. Actually, my mother is coming over. She doesn't love the chocolate, so I leave a few just plain nut butter for her. So I have my dipped cookies, -3 for those that don't want chocolate. The final touch is just to take a little bit of sea salt, and then I just sprinkle it a tiny bit over the chocolate part. Just enough to give it a little extra yum. And then what I like to do is to stick them in the fridge. I just actually take my whole cookie sheet and I slide it into the refrigerator, and it just helps set the chocolate a little bit. And then we're ready to eat them, just pull them out. They're great. Actually, I just store them in the fridge and just eat them that way.
All right, so grilling hamburgers is relatively self-explanatory, so I'm not going to spend time outside on the grill showing you how to grill a hamburger. But hamburgers are great, and they can actually be very good for you if you just take a couple quick, easy steps. We like them because when we have family over, there's a wide variety of opinions, some stronger than others, of food, so it's easier for us to make accommodations and still have us feel like we're human beings and eating, the great American hamburger as well. So first off, hamburgers, what are they? They're a hamburger and they're seasoning. So the seasoning I like is the Grill Master hamburger. We're lucky enough that we have friends that own cattle ranches, so getting grass-fed beef for us is really no big deal, and it's actually less expensive for us to get grass-fed beef than it is to buy it at the grocery store, so that's pretty cool. But here's the important thing about grass-fed beef versus the stuff that you buy at the store. When cows eat grass, the meat that they have, the beef that they produce, is going to be higher in the anti-inflammatory oil omega-3. It's an essential fatty acid, and it's a lot better for you. Like I said, it's very anti-inflammatory. Versus a cow that eats a grain, like you're going to buy the cheap stuff at the store, then they're going to be very high in omega-6 fatty acids, and that's going to be pro-inflammatory. So it's much, much better for you to go for the grass-fed stuff than it is the grain-fed stuff. That's why we choose this particular type of hamburger. Another trick to this is don't worry about the fat content. If you can choose between the 80-20 and the 90-10 stuff, go for the 80-20. It's higher in fat, and if it's a grass-fed cow, that fat is actually good for you, and it tastes a lot better on the grill. So what I will do is I will do quarter-pound burgers. I will actually measure these out, quarter-pound a piece. I'll smash them down, and then I'll season them, and then get them on the grill. And I cook them on low heat. I cook them for a long time to get them up to temperature. Then what we can do is if we want to make them cheeseburgers, obviously you can use regular cheese, but Kim and Ashley were beyond excited today when they found their favorite brand of dairy-free cheese, and I will say this stuff is actually pretty good. So there will be a few cheeseburgers made with the dairy-free stuff. We can offer, we can do gluten-free buns. We can do regular gluten buns for family members, and then there are some of us that will just eat no bun at all. So hamburgers are very, very simple to do. Last but not least is, of course, the condiments for the burgers. We've talked about in previous episodes some of the things we go towards, like organic mustard. Primal Kitchen's ketchup is a regular at our house. The mayo brand that we've talked about before, we'll use mayo as well. But we also have all the other condiments for other people that are coming, so we can use those for those. So condiments are also very important. Well, there you have it. We've had a successful barbecue with outlaws and in-laws. We've eaten, ate.
Can we speak correct English?
No.
All right.
It's
That's
not
my
my
job
forte.
in this house. Yeah. The father-in-law's gone. He would definitely have busted you.
Yes, he would have. We've eaten mostly healthy food. I think everybody was really happy. I always love a good burger.
True, but you like the cookies better.
I do like the truth is they hide the cookies from me.
This is true. So I actually have a hiding place in the refrigerator because we save those cookies, and
I know.
it is truth that if we don't hide them, they will be gone. So my daughter and I, like, if we have some left from a weekend of baking, we will treat ourselves to maybe like one a day or every other day. But if we don't hide them, they're all gone. He thinks they're healthy, so
They're good. Thanks for joining us. We will see you on the next episode of our Mostly Paleo Kitchen.
Have a good one.